Hello, welcome to Dun Girls Podcast. I'm your host Justin. Today we're reviewing Batman Earth 1 for Batman Month. This is written by Geoff Johns and Gary Frank, published by DC Comics, and rumored to be the basis for the new Matthew Reeves Batman movie starring Robert Pattinson and Jeffrey Wright. Which, after reading this book, there was some like similarities, because like there's a point where somebody asks Batman in this book, "Who are you?" and he says, "I'm Vengeance," right? And then like the person's response is, "Wow, that's over dramatic." And there's the way the Riddler is shown at the end is to me, very much comes off how Riddler was portrayed in the trailers, right? But before we review this, I was at the mall. I was gonna pick up either a Suicide Squad book or the new Eternals Volume 1 book written by Kieran Gillen. They didn't have the Suicide Squad book I wanted, which was New 52's Kicked in the Teeth, which in their website they said they had it, but they didn't. And I was about to buy the Eternals, the new Eternals volume that just came out, when I saw this, the original by Jack Kirby, the complete collection, which collects like the first 19 issues and the annual, right? It collects the whole series, right? Which looks pretty cool. Here's the back. You gotta love the Jack Kirby art style. The only problem with this book is that it was 52 bucks. It was 52 Canadian, right? So it's like I pretty much blown my entire comic book budget for the month on this book and the other thing I bought, right? Which I also went to the mall to pick up the Snyder Cut of Justice League. Turns out it didn't even come out yet. It comes out next Tuesday, right? And I was like, boy, that sucks. And I went to the video game store and I did something I shouldn't have, which was pick up a game. And I was really in the mood to play some DC video games, and I don't really, besides from the Arkham games that I don't really have any, right? So I was thinking of picking up Injustice, and they had Injustice Gods Among Us, the Ultimate Edition, which comes with a bunch of skins, including the Flashpoint Batman costume, which is probably one of my favorite Batman costumes, right? And you also got, it comes with 30 new skins, right? So you got like Black Lantern, Batman, Superman, Red Sun, Batman. I don't know the other people. You got Killing Joker there. And I think that's Johnny Quick Flash. I'm not 100% sure. That's like Flash with a Johnny Quick costume. I think. I could be wrong. Yeah. Also comes with 6 new playable characters. Yeah. So I picked this up. Never played this game, but I am a fan of NetherRealm. So yeah. So, and I started playing this, and I really suck at the game. I haven't even played this story yet, because I'm trying to get good at the single player, and I'm just terrible. I'm super terrible. Yeah. So okay, we should get to this review, right? So this book is very reminiscent of Batman Year One, but if like if Batman had a rougher start, because his gadgets, he tries to chase a dude, right? And his grappling gun breaks, and like he tries to jump off a building, and then like falls to his death, pretty much. Yeah. Gets distracted by a homeless lady and gives her money, right? Yeah. So this book, the story, yeah, it's basically this book is basically a retelling of Batman, and you can tell by the way these Earth One books are that they're pretty much like they're pretty much just illustrated screenplays for like it's pretty much DC's idea for like a superhero movie because it's very realistic and they change some characters around where like Harvey Bullock is in the book, right? And he's like there's Harvey Bullock. He's like a young handsome cop who was who had a TV show that got canceled, and he came to Gotham to like solve the Thomas and Martha Lane sorry Martha not Martha Lane Martha uh, Wayne murder, right? And in this book, they really paint Batman as a dick. He like a spoiled. First, he's like a spoiled brat, where like he makes his parents take him to like the movie theater, and when his dad's running for mayor, running for mayor and has death threats at him, and like it's obvious that they go to the theater. Somebody cuts the power, and they're all told to leave, and then like Bruce is like, no, we're gonna go see this movie tonight. Let's go to the other theater. So he goes for the back, bumps into this guy, telling him, hey, my parents are rich, asshole. You can't tell me what to do. It's like, you're the Wayne kid, and like you can pretty much figure out what happens after that. He kills his parents, and he's left with Alfred. Alfred, who's a war vet in this, who lost his leg. That's why he has a cane, right? Who was supposed to protect Thomas Wayne, but Thomas Wayne didn't want his protection until after the election, which makes no sense. If somebody's trying to kill you, they're probably and it's the mayor, right? The current mayor probably gonna do it before you get elected, which is the mayor turns out to be Penguin, right? And you have this other, and like Jim Gordon's here, and he's basically he gets teamed up with Harvey Bullock, right? Who's a glory hound in this, and like Gordon is basically blackmailed by the cops. His wife was killed, and he was told, hey, if you try to play hero, we're going to kill your daughter, right? Also, there's another thing here where Harvey Dent has a twin sister named Jessica. That's her right there. And Bruce, when he was young, was friends with Jessica and Harvey. They would get into fights, right? Oh, and there's this Oh, he goes to Lucius Fox, who's like a young kid in this book, to get him to make his gadgets, right? Because his gadget sucks that he makes, right? So there's Penguin, right? And Batman goes there to crashes a party, but completely bungles it up and he was there just to interrogate one guy and ends up getting into a fight with a bunch of cops and the security and completely bungles up his mission, right? And he also there's also a subplot where like Penguin has this serial killer that works for him, right? Oh, here's the reveal that Alfred has a false leg, right? Yeah, the finale of the film is basically Harvey Bullock was looking in on the Wayne murders, but signs the case files in Gordon's name. That gets Gordon in trouble. So Penguin sends this serial killer called the Birthday Boy to kidnap Barbara Gordon, and he plans on killing her in the old Arkham mansion, which belonged to Bruce Wayne's mother's family, right? Apparently, Martha's maiden name is Arkham, right? So you have this epic finale where Batman, Jim Gordon, and Harvey Bullock take on the Birthday Boy, right? And afterwards he confronts Penguin, who he thinks had his parents killed. It turns out it was totally his fault, right? And he gets in a fight with Penguin. This is the only book I know where Batman gets in a fight with Penguin and loses and gets saved by Alfred, who has a shotgun, right? And like he basically kills he kills Penguin, right? Oh, and I'll show you the last page where they show off, where they have the Riddler. Yeah. So doesn't that remind you of Paul Dano in the new Riddler movie? New Batman movie. Yeah. So like the book, besides from the Hollywood like movie adaptation stuff in this movie, in this book that remind me so much of a movie. I thought the art was good, the dialogue was good. I wasn't a huge fan of the way Geoff Johns wrote Batman in this book. That he's pretty much, that he's basically like an amateur in this book, and besides from being pretty good in a fight, he kind of sucks. His cape doesn't even glide in this book, right? Which even in the Joel Schumacher movies, the Batman cape could glide, right? It's worthless. Like it was only useful in the fight with Birthday Boy where he covered up his face, right? And I kind of liked his version of Alfred, and like his take on Jim Gordon being this tired old cop, right? Who's like just like trying to get along with the corruption in Gotham just to keep his daughter alive. That was cool, and I liked that like they changed stuff up a bit, and you had this dark and gritty Batman. Not a fan of the fact that this should be black. You should paint around his paint his eyes like black. Sorry, paint black around his eyes like they do in the Batman movies, right? He didn't here, which if even in the Batman movie with Robert Pattinson, they did that, which was great. Yeah, but other than that, I really enjoyed this book. A lot of cool action. There's some. I love the crazy serial killer in this book, who's basically a child murderer, slash assassin, which is such a weird mix. But it's like totally totally Batman to have like a crazy villain like that, right? Though you would think somebody like Penguin would not have like someone that crazy work for him, because he's supposed to be more of the professional businessmen, like criminals in like the Batman Rogues Gallery, right? But it worked, right? So I wonder if the Penguin's supposed to be in the Batman movie. I wonder if if the Birthday Boy is gonna be in there. We'll see. So yeah, I really enjoyed this book, and I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. Highly recommend it, and it's cheap too, because it's my bad. It's not cheap at all. It's like 20. It's like 23 US and 26 Canadian, and it's basically the length of a 5 or 6 issue trade. So it's not cheap at all. Actually, it's kind of expensive for what it is. But if you can get it cheap, I think it's a good book, right? So that's it for this review. My next review is going to be the Joel Schumacher movie, Batman and Robin, for Batman Month. And after that, we'll probably review Batman and Robin, Batman Reborn by Grant Morrison over there. Yeah, I'm probably going to finish up Batman Month this week, because it's like, I don't know, man. We're getting really low views, and it doesn't really seem like that much of a, doesn't feel like, we should, we're not getting, it's the thing where it's like, we're not getting the attention. I thought if I did a Batman themed month, we would get more viewers for our comic book reviews, and we're actually getting less, which is like, what the fuck, man. Yeah, so we're gonna wrap up Batman month this week, because I kind of want to review. Crap. Because I kind of want to review this book before Halloween month, right? Which I am going to do Halloween month. Yeah. Regardless of low views, I love doing Halloween month. We're going to do it. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna wrap up Batman month this week. We're just gonna do my favorite Batman books and movies, and we'll be done at the end of the week.